investigative team first told you about problems with the state-funded program to help hurricane victims. Floridians whose homes were damaged by Hurricane Irma in 2017 say they are still waiting to move back home, while others say their homes are considered complete, but the construction is shoddy. 10 Investigates Jennifer Titus is fighting for answers tonight as more homeowners waiting for rebuild are coming forward saying their homes are far from complete.
That's all supposed to be new.
This does not look new.
No.
Walking around John Vargas's property,
It's dented in at the bottom.
it is not hard to spot
This is the hilarious part too, because we all know everything's supposed to hang off.
what he calls
The doors aren't lined up.
shoddy construction.
It is literally cracking as we're looking at it.
The problems even identified in this report by a private inspector John hired, from incorrect roof installation to the wrong materials used to a hole in the siding.
They just painted this a couple of weeks ago.
And now?
It's rusting.
The home all paid for by taxpayers.
Every program has a series of checks and balances in it. And unfortunately, Rebuild Florida doesn't have any checks and balances.
John Vargas signed a contract with the Florida Rebuild Hurricane Irma Repair and Replacement Program back in 2021.
They asked me a bunch of questions. One of them was the fact, with the SBA loans, how much did FEMA give you? And they said, okay, do this, do this, do this. And that was it. Next thing you know, I'm in the program.
This is what's left of my bedroom, and there's literally a flood.
With the extent of damage done to his home by Hurricane Irma, his home was demoed and a new home was to be built.
It was alluded to maybe about a year, no more.
But after 3 years of living in a hotel,
Home and Suites,
That was home.
that was home. Room 517.
just before Christmas, he finally got this email from Rebuild Florida saying his home was complete and he had just days to move out of his hotel room and into his home.
Did you ever think you'd be standing here first month of 2025, not moved in yet?
No.
Because he says once he got here, he noticed problems.
So that's bent.
All of them are bent. There isn't a corner straight on this house.
He won't even step foot inside, knowing from the outside that the project is far from complete.
They just plugged the hole with something just to fill it.
He did let our cameras look inside, where we quickly noticed flooring that was curled and granite improperly installed. The problems identified in this report from a private inspector, noting incorrect installation for the wood-burning stove and water intrusion in the ceiling.
If it looks like this on the outside, imagine what they did inside.
The county inspector even marking the home as disapproved, writing, "There are a laundry list of issues with this building."
I'm not a contractor, I'm not a builder. I'm the first to say that. But it's not supposed to look like that from what I've seen online.
The program received $480 million from the federal government to replace or repair nearly 4,000 Floridians' homes damaged following Irma. More than 100 families still wait to move in, while dozens of others are waiting for the completed construction done to be fixed.
It's a free-for-all for these contractors. It should be managed like any other government entity.
We emailed Florida Commerce, the agency in charge of the rebuild program,
These are all the emails to Florida Commerce. Yeah, that's just one chain.
asking for another sit-down interview with the director, Alex Kelly. When he talked with us last May, he promised problems would get fixed and said all homes would be completed by July.
We asked every single time, we need another interview, and I think they just ignored us until that time, till we finally told them that we were coming up there.
But even after we told them we'd be in Tallahassee, they told us he was not available, and the Florida Commerce team has been in regular contact with these individuals and has worked hard to address their concerns. They went on to say that Mr. Vargas's home was completed. His project was a reconstruction, not a full rebuild, adding he has had the ability to move into his home since December 2024. But remember, his home was a full rebuild. These photos of his home being demolished prove it. When we wrote back asking about the final inspection and the claim of reconstruction, they never responded.
There needs to be oversight. First of all, there needs to be a major investigation.
And while Florida Commerce wouldn't sit down and talk to us, lawmakers did what they say needs to happen so there's better oversight for recipients of the program and the use of taxpayer money. That story tomorrow night at 11. For now, I'm Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.
Well, we've heard from families all across Florida who are still waiting for a rebuild, and you can check out our Emmy-winning in-depth look at the program and What changes homeowners, lawmakers, and analysts say needs to happen to stop wasting taxpayer money? It's streaming right now on 10 Tampa Bay Plus. 10 Tampa Bay meteorologist James Hopkins.